And joining me now is aviation attorney and former Marine helicopter pilot Justin Green. Justin, thank you so much for being here and helping us sort through this. You've experienced an aircraft accident firsthand as a passenger. Based on the videos and the information that you've seen so far, do you have any idea what could have gone wrong here in D.C.?
Well, unfortunately, I was also in a helicopter crash as a pilot. But in terms of what is going on, what you just said a moment ago is absolutely right. The black box from the helicopter is going to be key evidence here. Normally, the two black boxes, the cockpit voice recorder and the flight data recorder from the jet would be important. But I think in this case, based on what we know now about the location of the accident and the altitude of the accident, it looks like the helicopter was in the wrong place at the wrong time. The black box, as you just said, is going to tell us what was going on in that cockpit.
Well, I'm so glad you brought that up because you know what, when you're looking at the American Airlines plane, if those pilots didn't necessarily know what hit them or if that helicopter was coming toward them, and we don't know that for sure, but based on the radar data, that's what we're seeing, that the Black Hawk sort of hit the plane by the side. If that was the case, the black boxes aboard the American Airlines plane may not tell us a whole lot, and so it's especially critical that this black box from the helicopter was found.
Yeah, and I think the only thing I'd say to that is there's a system on the helicopter and on the airplane, a collision avoidance system called TCAS. And what would be interesting to see is what alerts both pilots or all the pilots were getting and what kind of actions they were taking in relation to those alerts if they had them.
That's right, and we know that that automated system, according to the FAA, actually stops working at about 1,000 feet. We know the accident happened somewhere just over 300 feet above the surface as they were getting ready to land. So some big questions about that TCAS system right now. Justin, while we have you, let's talk about that Medevac plane that crashed in Philadelphia. These are two devastating plane crashes just days apart. This makes people who are already anxious about flying even more anxious. From your perspective, are the skies safe?
I mean, statistically, the skies are certainly safe. The accident in D.C., however, is something that people have said for many months was going to happen. It's just a question of when. Collisions, near collisions, especially in the vicinity of airports, is something that has been the system has been blinking red for quite a time. Also, if it's going to happen, a collision, it's going to happen exactly where it happened. And, probably D.C. is the most likely place just because of where Reagan is and where the helicopters fly in relation to the airport. The accident in Philly is completely. Yeah, the accident in Philly is a different type of accident.
Yeah, it sure is. Devastating and tragic nonetheless. And as you were saying, DCA here, Reagan National Airport, a very unique airport because we're talking about those helicopters routinely flying over the Potomac, transporting officials here in Washington, D.C. Justin Green, thank you so much for your insight here on ABC News Live. We so appreciate it.